So here's why I think we could see a spring market in November. So the Bank of Canada made a significant move by cutting rates by 50 basis points and their October announcement, the largest reduction since 2020. And in today's video, I'm going to explore how this decision might impact the Victoria real estate market, especially as we head into the winter months. So if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future updates. So let's dive right in. So the recent 50 basis point cut was widely anticipated by the markets as inflation was about 1.6% in September. But what does that really mean for buyers and sellers here in Victoria? In my October real estate market update video, I talked about how sales were up 60% in October as mortgage rates fell. This was the same across the country in Vancouver. Toronto also saw a huge jump in October sales activity, and most people are attributing this to the October rate cut announcement. So while we saw sales uptick substantially compared to 2023, active listings in Victoria was also at about a 10-year high for the month. But we also saw how prices held steady, especially in the single family market. They're a little bit down on condos. So what are we likely to see going into the next few months? I think we're going to continue this trend of increased buyer demand, particularly in entry-level condos and single-family homes. So I've been getting a lot of questions from clients on what this means for mortgage rates. And to clarify, fixed mortgage rates really haven't moved much as this interest rate announcement was priced into the market. But we do anticipate further rate cuts. The Globe and Mail saying Bank of Canada is set for a jumbo rate cut in December. There's probably going to be another one in early 2025. While fixed rates are becoming more and more attractive, variable rates are becoming very attractive. And if you're somebody that can handle a bit of uncertainty, a variable rate might be the great option right now, especially since it looks like we're going to see further rate cuts in the coming months. However, for those of you who prefer some stability and want to know exactly how much you're going to be paying each month, a fixed rate, maybe on a shorter term, could be the safer route. So we're also entering into an interesting period in the market. November and December, historically, these months are quieter, but they can actually present a great buying opportunity. In my experience, and after speaking with other agents, it's clear that buyer interest has increased over the past few weeks. A lot of folks who are sitting on the fence are now asking for consultations. They're going out showings, viewing properties, and really seriously considering making that purchasing decision now rather than in the spring. So rates are pretty attractive. Prices are still below their 2020 peak. So if you can buy something in November, December, rather than being in the buying frenzy of spring 2025, when rates are anticipated to fall and prices are set to rise, that could be a pretty savvy move. And I even noticed, even before the rate cut announcement, we were already seeing more activity in the Victoria market. This is just the nudge that you've been waiting for to start your property search. On the ground, I'm still seeing well-priced, desirable properties attract multiple offers, and it's still quite surprising given that this is November. And then the Bank of Canada is also supporting my theory. Their monetary policy report is projecting home prices to rise in 2025, not just because of their interest rate cuts, but because of the federal government throwing a bunch of kindling to heat up the market and make sure home builders are still constructing and increasing the housing supply. So some of these federal government incentives are targeted at first-time home buyers, giving them the option to extend their mortgage amortizations to 30 years, up from 25 years for CMHC insured mortgages. This is an absolute game changer for first-time home buyers in Victoria. I suspect we're going to see a lot of activity for 1-2 bedroom condos under the $700,000 mark. That price point, I think, will heat up substantially in spring 2025. So now that you got a more flexible financing option, lower monthly payments, this is going to increase people's purchasing power, and it's going to make it easier for them to get into the market. And then if you look at places like Langford and Colwood, where we typically see a lot of new single-family detached construction, the federal government is also offering these buyers 30-year amortizations on any new construction. This also applies for condos and townhomes, not just single family. It just needs to be brand new. And then as the federal election is looming in 2025. Conservative Party leader Polyev is pledging to remove GST from the purchase of new homes sold for under $1 million. He also wrote a letter to a bunch of premiers across Canada asking the provinces to scrap their PST or property transfer tax on new construction. So this is going to make a sizable difference in the market for many buyers. So if you take all these mortgage changes, add in some property transfer tax exemptions, that's tens of thousands of dollars you could save on your home purchase. So the government is going full force to fuel buyer demand and keep the housing market active under the premise that this will encourage new construction and increase the housing supply. So in a CMHC report from last year, they estimated that Canada needs about 3.5 million additional housing units by 2030 to restore affordability. If we go to Benjamin Tal at CIBC, he's saying that that's more like 5 million new homes we need to be constructed by 2030 to restore any resemblance of housing affordability in this country. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of dynamics to spur the housing market, make sure that people are able to buy, obtain home ownership. What does this mean for you? Well, if you're thinking of buying, I think it's a really great time to start exploring your options before rates potentially drop further and the market picks up in the new year. I'm seeing those savvy buyers going ahead, submitting offers before year end, getting a 2025 close, perhaps considering a variable mortgage rate, and then they plan to lock in once mortgage rates drop substantially further in 2025. If you're looking to sell, it might be worth taking advantage in this increase in buyer activity in November and December, and also be able to find your next home. As always, every situation is unique, so if you'd like to chat about your specific circumstances, feel free to book a call with me. We're using the link below. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. My name's Dustin Miller. I'm the managing broker here at 8X Real Estate, and I'll see you in the next one.